Hello everyone, I'm so excited to our second day of the Chainlink Bootcamp. 10 days with you, 10 days to you. Learn everything related to blockchain, Web3 and smart contracts and also Chainlink, the best. So here we are. We have amazing metrics related to our first day. I did this in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. More than 1,000 people live with me in all of these sessions. Also, until now, more than 6,000 views of all of the sessions. And if you miss the session, you can see and be ready to the next. So we are always help you on this way. And this is, let's go. I have some announcements for you. So I will share my screen with these announcements first. By the way, it's a good start to talk about our YouTube channel. So here we are. The Solidity Fundamentals is here. We are here on this exactly now. And if you subscribe in the channel, you can see all the sessions. And also we have a lot of interesting series like The Future is On. I love this. And videos from Chainlink and the last SmartCon. It was really, really amazing in Barcelona. So this is a great way to you to start and to be involved in blockchain and the Web3 as well. Now let's go to the bootcamp. We are on session 2. First of all, let's share the presentation with you. So this is the presentation. Wait, yes, okay. Let's wait a bit here to you to get the presentation. So good. A few more seconds. And okay, let's go to our pet today. This is the pet. I will share this with you. And this here we are. So try to add your name, city and country, and don't delete everything, please. Let's see if the pet will survive today. I will add here the YouTube channel and also the presentation. So I'm getting the presentation now. It's here, getting the link. And I will share this link later, okay? But for now, the slides are here. Yes, we are surviving. This is good. Let's try myself. Hey, I did it. Amazing. Here, so well today. So good. So do 1 minute more for you. And by the way, I will be here. If you'd like to get the presentation, it's here. Here we are. A bit more. Hey, Tippy, thank you. Love to see you here. Amazing. And don't forget about, yes, we are part of the Chainlink Bootcamp 2024. So if you'd like to share this in your social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, with us, it would be really amazing. Thank you, Javier. Also, let's share our YouTube channel as well. You are here watching with me. So go to our channel, subscribe to see what's happened. Amazing. Okay, next step is related to our challenges. So the tasks that we are doing, I will add here for you as well. Okay, let's copy it and add this here. And it is, I must change this in place here. Here we are. And I'm so happy that we really have people from all the world, like South Korea, Kenya, India. Amazing, amazing. Italy. So happy. So what about this? This is a Google form. And for now, we have a few fields over there. First of all, your email. Use always the same email on this form because I will add new questions every day. And if you use the same email, you will get the same form with the responses that you already did it and new questions to you to fill day by day. So every day I'm adding new questions and you are adding the new responses. This is the point. So same email. Then I'm also asking address to you receive your certificate later, like a pop. So this, because we have a wallet for testnet, for learn, maybe you have another wallet with all your collections, all your POAPs. So you can use this mainnet wallet to receive your certificate. It's not the same wallet for the course, okay? Yes, it's Coxie, amazing question. Yes, I'm thinking about a wallet address, so I will fix this later. But even if you don't this now, and okay, you put like your email address, you can update later. This is not a problem now. The form will be open at least the end of the course and a bit more. So is this. Let's see how is the pad now. Survive it? No? Oh, yes, survive it. And yes, people from Nigeria, Czech Republic, Italy, India, Malaysia, Pakistan, really, really amazing. All the words here. Perfect. Really, really love this. So let's go forward. Today we are talking about smart contracts. We are creating our first smart contract. This is our goal today. I have a few slides. I know that I must talk more with you about Web3, about some concepts, we can talk about philosophy as well. But today my goal is to do a really, really hands-on section. So here we are. Let's talk about smart contracts a bit. Okay, I will share the QR code a bit more because the people are asking this. Two QR codes for today. First, Chainlink Bootcamp tasks. And I will fix this a bit. And second, the presentation. Okay. And this, let's go forward. Here we are. Let's talk about smart contracts. I love smart contracts. This is my word. So what are the smart contracts? First of all, they are not smart. They are not contracts. Not in the concept of this. Why? It is not a contract because we think about a contract in a way that an agreement. We can use a smart contract to create or to simulate or to um, use in a way that we use a contract. But a smart contract is more than this because this is a computer program. They are not smart because they will do exactly what you define it to do. So they are not changing and learning by themselves. So what are smart contracts? Smart contracts are computer programs, like I said before, that are published and executed in a blockchain environment. This happens in an autonomous way, but be careful because we must call the smart contract, call a function in the smart contract, trigger this, and then what is defined inside will be executed. Like the smart contract cannot discover something outside if you don't call the smart contract. This is important, okay? And what is really important when we talk about smart contracts and the blockchain that we have no intermediaries on this. So um, it means that there are a computer program that is executing the rules that was defined, and nobody in the middle will change this. This is the point. And we are going to the last point, that is immutable. Why this is immutable? Because it's published in a blockchain, and the blockchain, it's immutable. This is the point. Okay. One question more related to the form. The form will be opened until the end of this bootcamp, so don't worry, you don't must fill it today. You can fill today, tomorrow. In fact, you are filling this almost every day because every day I'm adding new questions, and you must come back to your the form that you fill it with your email. The email is the key for this, and then you fill the new questions as well. Thank you, Brett, for helping me. What is really important for me related to smart contracts is this, because I think there are we have huge challenges related to trust in the society today. It's hard because we have big companies, and a lot of time you must trust on brands, trust on companies, and like the things in the company can change, and the rules can change, and this is hard. It's how can we trust on something that we can be sure that this will not change, and this is what we are expecting. I think this is the smart contract. So the smart contracts will solve these society's critical trust issues because we don't have like the counterpart risk. We are not based on paper guarantees or brands. We are based on math, on cryptography. We are talking about the cryptography group. And in this way, we know that we work with blockchain and transparent blockchains, public blockchains. So all of this is transparent, it's immutable, the rule will not change in the middle without the approval and without be public. And we have like more success and more trust on this kind of environment. This is, I can say that this is more secure to us. It's really, really important. And okay, you can see that thinking about what I must present to you is this. I don't have more presentations. Let's go to the hands-on part now. So what we are doing, it seems that our pet survived today, so I can use it. Be careful with the automatic translation because annoying us a lot. So let's try here to use our tool. Today we are using Remix, not only today, all the other days. Let's go to Remix, and it's better if you go to the HTTPS Remix, and I'm not. So let's change mine. And go here with you. Here we are. So I have some codes for you. Don't worry about what is your okay, I found a good notice. You create a workspace. Don't worry about your workspace. I'm creating one here only because I need to have it. Here it is. So I'm on Remix like you. So what's Remix? Remix, it's an environment to you to develop smart contracts, and it's totally online. You don't need to install nothing on your computer. If you are a developer, Remix is not so easy to create complex projects because you have less automation here. So if you have a new environment in your computer, like Red Hat or others, using Node.js and using other points, probably for the advanced developers, you'll be better. But remember that this is a base course for everyone, a basic course. And after this, in the last session, I will follow you, I will share with you some paths to you to go forward. Okay? So as is this, here we are on Remix. We have nothing here. Let's understand a bit more related to Remix. What I have here, okay, the ROM. The first icon here is the File Explorer. Here we are creating our files, our smart contracts. Then I used to use the for icon here, Solidity compiler. So here we are doing some configuration. Go to the icon for, and I'm counting this being the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and enable the auto compile. This will be better for you, easy to compile your smart contract in an automatic way and discover the errors faster. Okay. Don't worry about the Bootcamp workspace here. Probably you are in the default workspace. It's good for you. But because you can see that my default workspace has a lot of things, I create a new one, but you don't need to do this. Okay? Where is mine? Here. Okay. I only like to have a clean space to work with you. Okay? Next point, icon 5, deploy and run transactions. Here is the most important for you because here we are connecting the Remix with our wallet. Remember MetaMask from yesterday? This is the point. So what I must do here, I go to the environment and change to injected provider MetaMask. Let's see. Here we are, environment, injected provider MetaMask. This is our environment. So in this point, like the faucet yesterday, MetaMask open a pop-up window and I must authorize this. I must authorize that Remix can connect and can interact with my wallet. So I'm doing this now. Next, and connect. Here we are. Great. This is good. Next, you can see, oh, by the way, you can see here now that I have the Sepolia and the ID, the chain ID of the Sepolia network here. So is this. Okay. And why is Sepolia here? I have Sepolia here because on my wallet, I have Sepolia here as well. Okay. And by the way, I changed my wallet because yesterday I created 3 wallets. I create a wallet in each of the sessions. I'd like to use our old wallet that I have, that it will be a better wallet for me. So probably I will change the wallet in the middle. Okay. So is this remix, reviewing. First, icon 4, enable auto compile. Then icon 5, environment, go to injected provider. So my remix is done, prepared to connect with my wallet, and then it's connected with the blockchain. Let's go now to the icon 2 file explorer to create our first smart contracts. Icon 2, create the register.sol. Okay, how can I do this? Remix. Here below the workspace, I have the create new file button. So it's here, create new file and register. Let's do a joke now, but it's not only a joke. Some people asked me, oh, my name is Peter. Can I create the register.peter or the register register.peter, the register.bob? No, the Solidity, the .sol is not from myself, is not from Solange, it's from Solidity. So all the smart contracts have the extension .sol. So register.sol. This is the name of our file. And it's open some parts here, don't worry about it, register.sol. Albert is asking about other alternatives. Yes, we have some alternatives to install in your computer. I will talk about this in the last day. Today, only beginners, okay? And I will go one more time to connect with my wallet, okay? So how to connect with my wallet? Go to icon 1, 2, 3, 5, deploy and run transactions, environment here. It's used to be here on Remix VM, and then you are connecting to the injected provider. Let's do again. Yes, now I can. Injected provider. Okay? Is this. And really, if I'm fast, if you need some help, like Vandana, let me know, because this is for you. So if I'm fast, I must slow down and do this in a way that is good for you. I planned 2-hour sessions exactly to do this in a peaceful way. Okay? So injected provider, here we are. Let's come back to the icon 2, File Explorer. Here I have my contract empty yet, and let's understand a bit more related to this. First of all, we are using comments. This is a comment. You don't need to copy the comment now. So I'm putting a Solidity comment that is the begin and another that's the end. So I will add the smart contract between the beginning and the end. So copy between begin and end. Attention, please. Don't cut the code. Copy, because if you cut, the other person in the live cannot do it. Okay? So here I will add the smart contract for me and for you. Let's go. I have it in another window. Wait. Now let's see what is the last 22. Okay, I'd like to go to 21. So here we are. This is my smart contract. You must trust on me now because I'm pasting this and you are doing the same. Let's add this for you. Remember, copy what is between the begin and the end. Okay? Here we are. I'm explaining this part for you now. Okay? What I have here, remember that I told you that these two slashes for the right, these two are they are comments, okay? But in this case, I copied this because it's a good practice to add in the first line of your contract the kind of license that you are using. So I'm using an open source license, the MIT license. And this is, I define the license here. Okay? After this, I have the command pragma. This is the command to define the version of the Solidity compiler that I'm using. And we have new versions almost every month. They are upgrading and be better. This is really amazing. And if you compare the new versions with old versions, we have including that the old versions has or some bugs or some limitations related to overflow of numbers, for example, that now the compiler take care of this for you. Okay? And yes, Liam, please copy here, copy this part, and paste here on Remix. Okay? And Ianek, yes, you can use Coinbase wallet, any wallet that you have installed in your, injected in your browser. Be careful to not use a wallet that you have mainnet funds to not take any risks when you are learning, okay? Use a new wallet only for the course, only for testnet, okay? Okay, is this. So, talk a bit more. Remember, command pragma to define the version of the language, Solidity the language, and I'm using the 0.8.21. Okay, and remember that this is the beginner's course. We are starting from zero, creating our first smart contract today. Tomorrow we are creating a ERC20 token and talking about Chainlink, and day by day we are learning new concepts and advanced topics until next 2 Fridays. Okay, the command contract is the command used to define your contract. So what I have here between these breaks, it's my contract. So the name of my contract is register. Like the name of my file can be different, but it's a good practice to have the same. Okay. And here we are. I have what I have in this contract. First of all, I have a variable the type is a string. It means that I can add any kind of information inside this. Imagine that a variable is like a box that you can add some stuff inside. I can add any kind of stuff in a string variable. If it was an integer, for example, I only can add numbers. If it is a uint, I can add only numbers, positive numbers. So a string, you can add everything inside, okay? And this is, my variable is defined to be private. It means that I can access this variable only inside the smart contract, but it's private, but not so much, because when you are saving some information in this variable, the transaction is public. So it's possible to discover what you are saving, storing on this variable. Okay? And the name of my variable is info. Okay? Let's come back. I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat. Interesting question. So yes, Vandana, we have our wallet connected with the Sepolia testnet. So first of all, in MetaMask, I choose Sepolia. So here I am in the Sepolia network. And because I connect Remix with MetaMask, and MetaMask is in Sepolia, Remix is showing Sepolia as well. Okay? And to review this, the first line, it's not an obligation, but it's a recommendation from Solidity to have the kind of license that you are using in the first line. In my case, it's MIT. And this is an open source license. Okay? And okay, let's go forward. On my contract, inside my contract, I defined two functions. What's a function? A function, it's like a name that when I call this name, all the commands that are inside the function will be executed. In this case, I only have like one command, but I can have others. Like tomorrow, we are seeing some functions with a lot of commands. Today is only one, okay? I have a function called getInfo, and this is the name of my function. I'm defining that this is public. Anyone can call this function, including inside from another smart contract, inside the smart contract or outside. It's a view because I don't have nothing on this contract that is changing the state of the blockchain. So I'm not saving new information on blockchain, only getting the information that is stored in my variable and presenting this. Because of this, this is a view. The view don't change nothing on the state, okay? And it returns, so the return of this function, it's a string, like the same type of my variable. We say that this is memory because it's not saved on blockchain as well, and this will be presented to you. And here we are. When I call this, you'll be returned the content of the variable info. Okay? And next function that I have, this is the set info. The set info is to save some information, to store some something inside my variable called info. So because of this, I must pass a parameter to my function. Here we are, it's a string, it must be the same type as well. It's memory because it will be used only in the moment that the function is called. And then it's the underscore info, the name of my parameter. if public, it's public as well. Anyone can call this inside the contract or outside, like you. And I'm storing the information from the underscore info inside my variable info. Don't worry about this is interesting. Don't worry about the infinite gas message. This is because I turned this off. This is because if you pass near some information here, it will calculate for you how much gas you costs to you to call that function. And because when we have like this a string, this we don't know how much this costs because depends of the size of your string, how many characters do you have. So because of this you have the infinite gas, but don't worry about it. Okay, so good. This is our smart contract. It's done. Let's see if you have some debit here. Okay, so Muhammad, that joined now. Go to the pad and follow the pad. In a few minutes, you can be with us. Here we are. The contract is done. And now, can you see a green sign near the Solidity compiler? And if you pass the mouse over there, can you see this message, compilation successful? This is important to you, okay? And I have this because I enabled the auto-compile before. If you didn't do the auto-compile, you must compile the contract, and only after this, you are seeing this green message, okay? Great. Now, I'm sure that my contract is compiled. I will go to the deploy and run transactions again. So, now we are going to the icon 5. So let's do 2 points. Icon 4. And yes, someone put it again here. I don't need it. Icon 4. You have the compilation. And then let's go to icon 5 again. And it's time to deploy. In this moment, when I deployed my contract, I'm clicking on deploy now. In this moment, I may prepare a transaction with my contract and send this transaction to MetaMask. So MetaMask receive this transaction to deploy my contract. I must authorize this on MetaMask. When I confirm this, MetaMask is sending my transaction to the network. We call that it is broadcasting the transaction to the network using the MetaMask node. Then my transaction will be in the main pool of the network, waiting to be added in a block. And the next validator or some validator, you add my transaction in the block. So, are you ready to confirm it? Let's deploy our first smart contracts. Confirm. Here we are. If I go here on MetaMask, it's pending. In a few minutes, you can see that this will be confirmed. When this is confirmed, you can find your contract here in the left side down, deployed contracts. So go to deployed contracts, copy the register address, and paste here. Let's add your name and the register address. Let's get mine. So here, left side down, deployed contracts. In the right side of register here, you can copy and then paste here. So if you have some problems with faucet like Grunt, we are on Sepolia, doesn't matter the network price now, guys. And like Grunt, you can do it now. This is not a problem. Check the form because I put two faucets over there, or check our session yesterday to get some faucets. Perfect, Lucas. Thank you. Yes. Lucas, could you add this in the pad? Thank you. And oh, this is amazing. We have a lot of people that create your first smart contract now. I don't need this now. Let's take off. Wow, so amazing. A lot of people creating your first smart contract now. Um, so if it's deployed, sometimes you can't see the pop-up from MetaMask. This is not a problem. If you'd like to see your transaction, you can go to MetaMask. The transaction is here. Go to the block explorer, and this is my transaction. And you can see that I created this contract. This contract was created here. Okay, great, guys. We create our smart contract now. Let's interact with him, with it. Here we are. Scroll down. So I open it. I expand this part. And you can see here the two buttons that there are the two functions that I have. Why one is blue and the other is orange? The blue button means that I'm not changing nothing in the blockchain. It's only a query. This is not being broadcast to all the network. This information came from the wallet that you are connected. So the information get info came from MetaMask. Okay, the MetaMask node. Click on get info. Probably you have nothing. So to understand what you are doing here now, amazing. I love it. All of this smart contracts created now. So now let's go to set info. Add your information here. So I'd like to put the Chainlink Bootcamp. So I write some information here, and now I'm clicking on set info. What I'm doing now, I'm sending another transaction to the blockchain because I'm changing the blockchain state. I'm changing the network state. So Remix create the transaction. Send the transaction to my wallet, to MetaMask. When I authorize this on MetaMask, then this transaction will be broadcasted to the network and some validator, a validator will get it. Here we are. Confirm. Probably, now yes. And this is. So we can, and also let's show this part for you. In the right part of Remix down, we have a window. On this window, we have some people, some things here, all the information related to what you are doing. So we can see a transaction related to the creation of the smart contract, and now the green sign with a transaction that we call it the set info. Okay, is this. I used to have this like this now to monitor. If I come back to get info after my transaction is confirmed, so now I have the Chainlink Bootcamp. Okay, this is an interesting question. Yes, I need to pay gas to interact with my smart contract. When I'm paying gas, when I'm transferring cryptocurrencies, when I'm creating a smart contract, or when I am interacting with a smart contract, like changing something in the smart contract. This is the case now. I didn't pay paid gas when I used the get info. Why? Because I'm not changing nothing on blockchain. It's only a query. But the set info, yes, it's changing the state, so we are paying gas for this. And yes, guys, what about you do this? Let's share on Twitter or another network. I created my first smart contract in the Chainlink Bootcamp 2024. Amazing. So is this was our first contract. I'm really, really proud of our few. Related, what happened with the gas that we are paying? Let's respond like Liam question in another way. Here we are. This is my transaction. You can see here that this was the transaction fee. So we pay this, and this was the gas price. This went to the validator of my transaction. Okay, and this is tested. Let's go to the Etherscan on mainnet to understand a bit more related to this. A part of the gas will be burned, and another part go to the validator. So here we are. Let's get like a block. This block, for example. You can see here that a part of the, and this is my weight, better for you. A part of the fees was burned, and this was the base fee by gas. So this blocked used this on gas, and a part was burned, another part was being rewarded to the validator. Okay, is this. So this is really, really amazing. This is the basic for you to create your first smart contract. Now, we are in a network. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, we can interact with the contract for the other people. I like it. Before that, Gabriel, I like your idea. Let's see this. I used to do this. Thank you for reminding me. Here we are. This is my transaction. If I scroll down, go to click to show more, you can see here the function set info. And remember that I told you that my variable info is private, but not so much, because when I'm sending some information, this is public. So if I change here to see the input in a UTF-8, you can see the Chainlink Bootcamp here. Or I prefer to do the decode input data. Here we are. we have the parameter underscore info. It's a string, and I added this information over there. Okay. And let's come back here. Now, a question for you. Do you think that can I change my information now? Because I told you that blockchain is immutable, but what about my information? This is the point. What can I change? What cannot update on this moment? The code of my contract, the source code of the smart contract, I cannot change anymore. This will be forever on the blockchain, okay? So this code, if I'd like to change the name of the info and publish again, it will not be the same smart contract. It's a new smart contract. I can't change the source code, okay? But I can update the information because I create a contract with a function that it's make me able to do this. This is the set info. If I don't have the set info, no, I can't change my information. Okay? So let's add that this is Chainlink Bootcamp 2024 by Sol. And let's change it. Here we are. So I did a new transaction to update the information. If I go to get info now, the information changed. And remember that this was the old information. This is my contract. And someone else changed my information. Let's see what's happened. I love this. We are on blockchain. This is perfect. I create the contract here, and this is all the transactions, all the interactions with my contract. You know that this was my first. Let's see this transaction, if it's mine or not. So this is, I don't know if it's mine. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Someone came into my smart contract and say thank you for me. You are welcome. I'm so happy to be here. And probably so this is my transaction that I updated to the Chainlink Bootcamp by Sol. So this is interesting. Do you think about it? I have all the history of the changes inside my smart contract. Every time that the set info was called, we have a transaction of this. So you can have some kind of audit of this if you like it. Okay? And I saw an interesting message in here that I must answer. Wait. Here. This gas limit is the limit that is the gas limit is a setup by we must understand more about gas itself. I didn't prepare this class today, but let's talk a bit more. First of all, we have the gas limit of a transaction and we have the gas limit for a block. Let's get the block to understand. The gas limit of a block, it's the amount of gas that this is the amount of gas that can fit in a block, okay? And you can see here that it was all of the block was filled. Let's get a really old block. I can get the number of the block here. So a old block. You can see on this block that in the past the gas limit was this because of Sepolia. I'd like to show you something different related to you. The gas limit was increased by the time in Ethereum, and this is related to the size of the block. If the block is too big, you need more time to synchronize the block in the network. So this is a challenge, to find a size of block that is easy to broadcast and synchronize on the network, but in the same time, it's not so huge, but not so small. This is the point. I came to the mainnet now. Let's see how is the block size. It's 30 million. But how was this like in the block number 1000 in July of 2015? Look at the gas limit. It was only 500. And this was increased year by year. Let's go to the 10,000 to see if it is the same. Like it's still 15. Let's put one more zero here. In some moment you can see this. Oh, here we are. Like in August of 2015, you can see that the gas limit was increased. And they was increased like in different points. This used to be increased in some updates of the EVM. Okay, to you understand a bit more. This is the gas limit of the block. I mean, also has the gas limit of my transaction. Let's talk about this in another moment. Okay, and come back here. My goal now. So I'm creating the smart contract register. I did the set info, and then I change my information later. My goal now is change your smart contract. Let's get a smart contract from another person. So what you are doing now, I will teach you how to get a smart contract that is already deployed by another person and interact with this contract. How can I do this? Let's go to the pet. And yes, my pet sometimes has problems, but this is normal. And here it's wallet. Okay, let's get Brent. Brent, you get your contract now. Let's see what's happened with your contract. I copied the address of Brent contract. And now I will add this in the @address field. So to interact with other contracts, paste the address in @address. Okay, so let's go. I have the Brent contract. Let's see if this is a contract itself. And now you can see that I have two instances of register. The first is mine, the second is from Brent. Let's see what information he added over there. Chainlink Bootcamp 2024, amazing, Brent. You changed this to so was here. And okay, confirming the transaction in the network. It's confirmed. So if I go to the get info now, I changed Brent contract. Brent, could you share with the chat if your contract was changed for you as well? You get one more. Let's get another person. Who is here? Who would like to change the contract? Okay, Vandana interact a lot of me. Let's see Vandana as well. So doing again, I copied the address of Vandana contract, then came to @address, not deploy, @address, paste, click on @address, and now I have 3 instances of register, mine, Brent, Vandana. Let's open her. Get info, Chainlink Bootcamp 2024. So, Bootcamp. So I'm using another information. Confirming this. And then get info. I updated Vandana content. Vandana, the same. Could you check if your content was updated and add in the chat if it was, please? And Eik, your button is grayed because you don't paste the address here. If I don't have your address, I cannot click on this. It's the same here. If I don't have it, like in the set info, if I don't have your information, I cannot click on set info. Okay? So, Brett, let's hide this. And Brett, go to your contract and click on get info. Another person change your content, okay, Brett? Now Jane was here. Perfect. So interesting. So is this, we are in a network, we are around the world, and we are interacting with other contents that are already published on the network, okay? Still, wait, check if you put some space at the end, at the beginning. Something's wrong with your address. This is not an address, a recognized address, okay? Vandana told me that she refreshed the screen. Yes, Vandana, if I refresh my screen now, you lost this. So what you must do, the at address part, you must like have the register content opened in your screen, paste the address of your content here, click on at address, and then you have your content again, okay? We have two Bretts, so I don't know which Brett I changed the content. Brett maybe is the other, okay? So is this now next step? Let's verify our smart contract on Etherscan. This is an important point for you as well. What am I doing now? Here is the Etherscan. Go to Etherscan and check your contract. Let's go down. Go to the Etherscan, search your contract address, go to the tab contract. We are doing this now, okay? Go to tab contract and let's see the process. Here we are. I am in the tab contract now, and I'm clicking on verify and publish contract. What I must do here, this is my address. Let's select the compiler. This is a Solidity single file. And the version was 8021. Okay. And you must check the kind of license that you are using as well. So I will maintain this a bit here to you. Solidity single file, compile version 8.21, MIT license. Okay, let's go forward. Continue. Now you can see that I can add the source code of my contract here. So I come back to Remix, copy the code, come back to the Etherscan, paste. I don't have any constructor arguments. Don't worry about this now. This is our first contract, okay? It's only this. Don't worry about the other fields now, okay? And then I'm not a robot. I will do this. So let's find some bicycles. Motorcycles. Oh, yes. It's so hard to prove that I'm not a robot. Okay. So is this. Now I can verify and publish. I will do it again if you need it. So let's come back a bit where we was. Here we was. I ask you to go to the Etherscan. We started here. I may come back to zero, okay? From zero. And I did something wrong. Here we are. Etherscan. Search my register address. Find it. Then go to tab contract. And in fact, I didn't finish the process, but because my contract is like others, all of us are doing this in the same time, and I use this contract like for 5 years. I love this contract. And then my contract is already verified, okay? And this is so cool because I can interact with my contract here on that Etherscan now. When you have this green sign on your contract, if I go to read contract, I can see the get info here, click on it, and Ake was here on my contract. Welcome, Ake. I can go to write contract in the same way that I did with Remix. I can connect the Etherscan with my wallet. Okay, connecting. I'm connected now. Let's do this bigger for you. I'm connected now. And if I go to set info, so again, and I'm changing the information again. I can see my transaction. Let's see another tab. In a few minutes, I will have this done. And this is so cool because I can interact in both places now. If I come back to Remix, my content will change. So again, okay, is this. Perfect. Lucas already answered here, but I will highlight this exactly. If you don't have the, oh, what am I doing here? Augustine, if you don't have the contract tab, probably this is not a contract. For example, let's get my address wallet. And let's find my address wallet. This is a account wallet, not a contract wallet. So you cannot see the contract tab here. So be sure that you have the register address here, and then you have the contract, okay? So it's good, and this is so fun because we know that this is my contract, and a lot of people are interacting with this. Amazing, thank you. This is something that I really love when I'm doing something online, is to have you interacting with me, like publishing address, interact with the content. This is really amazing. I love this. Okay. I know, Vandana, what's happened with you? Okay, probably you have the right content, but when you told us that you refresh remix, probably you didn't connected your remix with the MetaMask again. So go to environment and connect with the injected provider. Probably is this, okay? And I like to show some problems and to solve live, because in this way you can have, maybe you can have this problem tomorrow, and now you can learn it as well. Okay, so is this it was our first content. We learned how to verify also here on Etherscan, and now we are doing another content. Let's it's time to do another content. Why? Let's think about our content. Any person can interact with your content. Do you think that is good? Think about security. Any person can write something wrong in your content. So I know we saw a lot of hackers in the past because of wrong permissions inside smart contracts. It's so important to take care about the permissions of the functions. For now, this is this is only the didactic. This is for you exactly to learn. But if I'm developing something complex and a real project, I must be careful with the permissions of all the functions. Okay? So it's time to do another version of register, and in this new version, we are having something different. First point, we will have like some permissions, a list, a hello list to do this. So let's create now. Go to the icon 2. Register access dot sol. Same begin. Wait a bit because I have this, but it's an old version. I will update this for you. Where is my register access? I know. I'd like to get the Bootcamp register access. I'm getting a new version of this for you. Where is this? Where is this? Not yet. Here we are. This is the bootcamp that I'd like to use. And let's get it. Okay. I will first paste for me myself because I didn't create the content to see if I'm right and I'm doing the wrong place. Register access. Done. Let's see if my content is right. I'd like to be in the same version. Yeah, it seems to be good. And you are learning a lot now. This is a bit complex Solidity function, okay? Perfect. Let's copy and paste this for you. Remember, don't cut the code, only copy, because your friend would like to do the same. Good luck. Here we are. And let's understand what I have here. Register access. This is a complex concept for now. Let's understand this better. Perfect. I'm starting the same way. I prefer to have a space here. Let's add a space for you as well. It's better. Okay. So, first line, the kind of license I'm using, open source, MIT. Second line, Solidity version, using Pragma. Then name of my contact, register access. The definition is inside here. Now I have a lot of things here. This is so complex now. It's okay. What I have here, the string now is not only one information. Now I have an array of informations. I have a list. So because of this, the array is defined with the brackets. It's private as well. It's called info as well. Now I have a new kind of variable called address. It means that I can only add, save, store addresses here. Okay? But this I put that is public. And it's to you to understand that every time that I define that some variable is public, Solidity automatically create like a function with the name of my variable to get the information. We call it this a getter. Okay? So you have like this, the owner function to get the information. Now I have a third kind of information here, a third kind of variable. This is the mapping. The mapping is a key value variable. It means that each key has only one value, okay? So for each address, I have only one information, a Boolean information, true or false, okay? It's public as well, and it's called allow list. Okay? It means that address ABC, true, address DEF, false, something like that. Now, this is a new one for you as well, the constructor. What is the constructor? Constructor is a function called only in the moment that you are deploying the smart contract. We use this kind of function to initialize the contract. So what I'm initializing? The owner. So the owner is the address who is sending the transaction. And here you can understand a bit more something different. Message, we used to say that transactions are messages, okay? And sender is the address who is signing the transaction, who is sending the transaction. So this is the owner. And also I'm adding the owner, the wallet who is creating the contact to the allow list, okay? Here I have another interesting point that this is new for Solidity as well. This the event. Events are not stored directly on blockchain, but you can have events to monitor the blockchain. You can create a web service that is monitoring the blockchain and getting events information. Okay? The name of my event is info change. Here I have two strings. One is the old information that I have inside my contract and the new information. Here I have another new concept for you in Solidity. So this contract is for the advanced developers. Sorry, the beginners now. I know that this contract specifically is advanced, okay? You need more time to understand everything. So the modifier is something that we create and then we can add, we can attach on functions, and each function that has this modifier, you have this condition, for example. So I have a modifier called only owner. And the require is that the account who is sending this transaction is the same that I saved before being the owner. If it's not, I will present the message only owner. If it is yes, the underscore means continue the code. Okay? Where I'm using this modifier, I will go scroll up and down. I'm going to other points. Okay? Here at the end of my content, you can see that I have two functions, the add member and the delete member. Only owner can do this. So only the wallet who created the content can add new members or delete new members. How is this? Is to say that that address is true, can modify the list, or it's false, cannot modify the information. Only this. Okay? Let's come back here. Because I have another modifier. I have the only allow list. And wait, I must change this. Change on your as well, because I change the white list to be a allow list. Okay. So only allow list means that only the address who is in that list, it's here in that list, can change the information. If it's not, I'm presenting the message only allow list. And if it's yes, let's continue the code. This underscore is to continue the code. Where I'm using the only allow list, you can see here, if I try to set some information, set info again, only allow list. If I'd like to add a new information, only allow list as well. Okay? Then let's go forward. Get info. Because now I have a list, an array with a lot of information. Get info, you bring it to you, you return it to you only one information, only one position that we call it the index. And by the way, the index starts on 0. So if I have 3 positions, the position has index 0, index 1, index 2. Okay, the list starts with the index 0. Okay. Set info now, I change a bit the concept of set info. Set info is to update information in one position. So I must say which position, which index I'm using, and what is the new information. Every time that I'm doing a set info, I'm updating the information, I will emit the event info change with the information that was here and the new information. And then I'm updating the information. Okay? Add info, it's a new function for you as well, is to add a new information on my list. Every time that you have a list and you must add a new information, this will be added at the end. And the command push is adding the information at the end of my list. Okay? And I have a new function as well called list info. And this is here to present to you all the information that I have on my list. Be careful with this function. If you create, imagine that I create an array so huge, thousands of information, and I try to call this list info. Probably I will not get a response. Why? Because if I use this with a really big list, this will not fit. I will have out of memory to receive the information. In that case, I should have some ranges. And okay, let's bring the information from 1 to 10, or from the index 10 to 20, something like that. But this is for didactics only now, okay? And we already talked about add member and delete member. So good. Let's see if you have some question related to this. I'm checking the chat now. Okay. Yes, all good, all good. I'm not covering unit tests on this course, okay? At the end, in the last day, I will follow you some path to do this. But we can do it. Exactly. Like Lucas said, it's more advanced, and this is not covering by this course. Patrick Collins created an amazing course related to this. I recommend it to you. Yes. So, based in the constructor, only the sender is in the allow list in the beginning. Yes. And all the other is denied. Is that like this? Okay. We are going to deploy this now. Okay. And I know that this is a lot of information and it's a bit fast. I try to be slow, but if it's so fast to you, no problem. You can see the class later and try again and review it before tomorrow, okay? Let's deploy it. So I'm going to the deployed contacts part. Here we are, register access. It's selected on contact and click on deploy. The contact is still here, yes, good. Let's see, only allow list, okay, perfect. Deploy. And then add here your name and register access address. Good luck, guys. Deploy. Sending the transaction to the blockchain. Confirm. I'm waiting here, and here it's pending, and now it's confirmed. And here we are, I have the register access over there. Oh, I love it that I have the students so fast. They are faster than me. I love this. Congrats for you, everyone. Raman, Satka, Sylvia, Tebo. A lot of names that is hard to me to say. Sorry. But you are amazing. Here we are. So let's understand this in a practical way now. Who is the owner? My wallet. What I have on list info? Nothing. So let's add the first information. Chainlink. Only this. Okay? Add info. So adding the first information on my list. It's confirmed. If I go to list info, here we are. I have the chain link over there. Okay? And what more? Now I'd like to add the bootcamp. So add info. Confirm. It's confirmed. Now if I go to list info, I have the Chainlink Bootcamp. They are different indexes, different positions on my list. Let's change the second position. So I go to set info. I expand the set info. The index is 1. Index 0, Chainlink. Index 1, Bootcamp. So, index 1, I'd like to do this. It will be now the Bootcamp 2024. So I'm changing not the Chainlink part, only the index 1, the Bootcamp, okay? Confirm. Let's wait a bit on this. It's done. So if I come back here to the list info, now you can see that Chainlink is the same. Bootcamp 2024 was updated. So great. Now, I'd like to have someone interacting with me. Lucas, are you here? Could you share your address with me? I'd like to, if you are doing the contract, I'd like to allow you to change my contract, to add a new information. Let's wait. Or anyone that would like to do this with me as well? Okay, Lucas didn't deploy it, so who would like to update my contract? Okay, who are you? What's your name? Okay, who are you? What's your name? Romain. Romain Pierre. Okay. I will add you on my contact and I will share my contact with you. Okay. Before that, so let's add you on my list. So add the member. I'm adding Romain Pierre to my list. Here we are. Romain Pierre, you'd like to see my contact? It's here in some place. Here we are. I will put my being the first. Let's see how long you'll be here. And I can add this for you as well. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Before that, in a few minutes, so Romain Pierre, you'll be able to change my content. I prefer if you add a new information on my content, but if you change it, it's up to you. Let's see. Because now you are on my list. If I get in you now, and let's see if you are on my list. I'm going to the allow list, paste your address, and I can see true. So now you can change my content. Okay? Let's see if you did it. Not yet. I'm waiting a bit more. And I'd like to see the content from another person. So, Ashok, you get your content. This is your wallet or your content. Let's get it. Let's find you first. Register probably is the next. So you are here. Ashok, this is your register access address. First of all, I will add this for me. So using that address, I will have another instance that it's your content, not mine. Here we are. This is yours, not mine. So if I try to check my address here, allow list, you can see that I'm not in Ashok list. So if I try to add some information, let's see his list, Ashok Chainlink Bootcamp 2024. Let's see if I can add some information. No, I can't. Okay. So I'm not sending the transaction. Sometimes Remix create an error when I do this. Let's see if I create a problem to me. Yes. When we do this kind of things, I must talk with the Remix team, because now I have problems that I cannot access nothing. So I will refresh my Remix now. If you have the same problem, refresh your Remix, okay? After refresh, I'm opening the register access, going to deploy and run transactions and KME2 injected provider again. Now I must get my content not deployed again. Here is my content. Here we are. Not here. Here. So this is my content, not Ashok. And let's see my list now. Yes, Chainlink rocks. Thank you, Romain Pierre. So Romain is able to do this, not the others. Okay, I have more people that would like to interact with me. Let's add Ashok. One of you guys, please allow me myself to change your content. Arthur, okay, you get your content in 1 minute. I'm adding Ashok on mine now. And I will get Arthur contact and interact with him. So this is mine. This is Arthur. Let's see your list, Arthur. Chainlink Bootcamp 2024 by Sol. Add info. No, I think you didn't. Probably you added my contact. You must add my address. So if you'd like to allow me to change your contact, you must add my address. That is this. Exactly. This is the Sol account. Yes, and Dinesh, yes, you can add someone here as your member. You can interact. It will be so amazing if you start to interact between the others. And I must refresh my remix again. Let's get mine. No, this is not mine. This is mine. Register, environment, injected provider, at the address. This is my contact. Let's see how is my contact now. I will add more people in my contact. So I have you, Romain, Ashok, Sylvia. You are on my contact in 1 minute. Here. Let's see my list. What I did wrong? I did something wrong. I lost my contact. Now, yes, it's the same. So how can, Augustine, how can you allow me on your allow list? This is my address. You must get my address and do the add member part, okay? And you are so curious related to the gas fees. It seems that is high today. I didn't get check about it. Let's see. Why is it this way? When I create the content here, this is the transaction. We are on testnet, guys. Okay, it was this. I don't know, we must multiply this. Like, if you multiply for 200, 2,000, something like that, we have here like $60, something like that. But this is testnet, guys. We are on testnet, should not worry about this now, beginners. So this is the point. I don't have more people over there. Ah, let's see if I am on your list now, Arthur. First of all, let's get your contact again. So this is the same. Or you can see here that I have any space. This can be a problem. You can see that that address was not working because of this space. Let's first of all check if my address is over there. So, Arthur, I'm not in your list yet, okay? Added me. Okay, let's see, who are you? Let's see if you added me. I'm looking forward to use another contact. I can get my address here as well. Oh, hello list. No, you didn't. Guys, be careful. Probably you are adding my contract address, but you must add my wallet address, okay? But let's answer some questions for you now. We are almost finishing the class. Thank you, Hasib. And to you, let's add some. I will add more information in the presentation later, some references for you. But for now, I'd like to share with you something interesting. Let's go to my. Here we are. Let's go to my GitHub, and where is this? Register, learn Solidity. I will share this with you now. Later I will put. Remember that I told you that I will create a Gitbook with all the everything step by step. But for now, if you'd like to get a bit more related to Solidity, what I have here, this is the register, but I have one by one adding some information. Let's get the 1, the 4, the 8. Like the 1 is almost the same that we did. The 4, here I'm introducing the concepts of the type address, the message sender, the owner, if. So I add some parts here. The 8, I put out together. So the 8, it has the event, the set info, and I have here 15 contracts where I'm adding some concepts by concept, and you can understand one by one what is changed, what is the new concept that I'm introducing over there. Okay, now what I did for with you, I came from 1 to I think the last, something like that. But we have a lot in the middle that you can learn as well. Okay, let's see. This is interesting. Is there any way to visualize the list of allowed address? No, not in the way that I did. Because when we have a mapping, you cannot list a mapping in the way that we are listing an array. The array I can list in the way that I did here, the list info. This works for array, this not work for mapping. And I did this, it was um, my goal in this way, because I don't like to the people know all the people that is allowed. So in this way, you can check if you are allowed, but not check everyone. This was my design in this content, okay? Let's see. And remember, guys, we are on testnet. So for now, doesn't matter how much is costing this transaction, because it is we are learning, and learning for free. I'm teaching you for free, and you are on testnet for free. And don't use the mainnet to like burn your money learning and putting transactions that doesn't make sense to have this on mainnet. We have test nets to do this, okay? And let's go forward. I think we are good for now. Yes, thank you, Bliss. You are welcome. It's a really pleasure to me to be here. Same tip, amazing. Perfect. Yes. I think you are confusing some concepts, okay? Because the point is that um, private is, if the function is private, doesn't matter if the person is allowed or not, okay? The function must be public, and inside you check if that address can or not uh, do uh, that interaction, okay? And you are welcome. I think we are finishing. Do you have some extra message for today? Thank you, Jeff. You are my partner here. You and Javier, we did this together. Lucas, thank you so much. Lucas, it's another Brazilian guy. Lucas, it's a developer expert. So it's a volunteer that helps us and learn a lot of us as well. He's certified in some products of Chainlink. He's in the process of this, and he's help. Did you saw a lot of messages from him in the chat? He helped a lot with this, and probably Friday, Lucas will be here with you as well, because Friday I'm not here. Friday it's a session only to you to solve all of the doubts. So prepare yourself that Friday you will be with a lot of developer experts, and also another developer advocate. Richard will be with you, and community advocates. They will solve the doubts. It's like let's take a breath and be prepared to next week, that it will be like advanced week, okay? And I'm finishing now. Perfect. And I saw some comments related to Solidity be like Java or like JavaScript. Yes, I think Solidity can have a bit of Java, a bit of JavaScript. For me, a bit of C Sharp. I came from the .NET world and C Sharp. So all of these are part of Solidity. This is a new language. If you are starting from zero, start on Solidity directly. But if you know other language, it will help you as well, okay? So thank you so much, everyone. See you tomorrow on session 3. By the way, before, if you didn't get the presentation, here we are. This is the QR code for the presentation. Tomorrow you are seeing that I'm adding more slides in the presentation. Is the same archive that I'm adding all the slides in the same presentation. Okay. And remember that we have, where is the tasks? Here is the tasks. Um, in the tasks, you can see that I asked your register address, not the register access yet, but I will ask this as well. So you can start to fill the tasks that we did. And if you go back tomorrow to the same form, use the same email in the form, because you can come back to the form and update your answers, because I will ask more questions day by day. We have new tasks and you must fill inside the form. Okay. Related to this question, the smart contract itself is saved, but not the address. So be sure that you get your address of your contract. Okay. So is this, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.